Hey everyone, today we are making growls which sound like this. And I will attach some of the rendered versions of these growls in the description, which you can download for free. But yeah, let's get into it and start from scratch. I chose Vital because it's free and everyone can just redo my steps. And yeah, I hope that's fine for everyone, and let's get right into it. We'll first start with an analog sine wave, or just basic shapes. I'm still in phaseplant. Always when I use sine waves in phaseplant, I'm using the analog sine wave. So just set analog. But yeah, we need two sine waves first. You can actually use different kind of wavetables which have some harmonic content, but we are doing the harmonic content ourselves basically with FMing or phase modulation. So we will get to the FM from B basically. This is what it sounds like right now. We will also mute this oscillator. And what we will also do is use the harmonic stretch algorithm. I think it was, oh no, it was not the harmonic stretch. Which one was it? I think, not 100% sure. Oh, this one, the form scale, I think, yeah. The form scale was the one I was looking for. You can definitely use different algorithms as well, which cause some content here. We will also use the vocoding here. For some softer results. And we will also make ourselves some macros. We will route macro 1 to the level. And we'll then be using the macros later as an automation clip. We'll also route the FMing to macro 2. And we will route the form scale to macro 3 and also the vocoding. This will be routed to macro 3. We don't need that much of the form scale actually. Yeah, this looks fine. Then we will go into the effects, and I'm just using some distortion. Let's make sure we can hear something. Also enable the filter. And we can also use an additional formant filter. But not with the mix to 100%. But like this, for example. And then we can also route this to another macro. Just create some movement. So the peak can be automated. We could also automate the mix slightly. Or actually not the mix, rather just the frequency, I would say. Alright, we will also have to make sure the bending is set to 12. And now we can start messing around with some automations. Let's get into Vital. Let's automate the bending first with the pitch wheel. Oh no, where's the pitch wheel? Is it this one? I'm not that familiar with 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 Vital. Usually I don't use it. Let's just do it within the MIDI clip. I think that's a bit easier. I don't know how to get to the pitch automation right now. It's a bit weird. But yeah, we can just draw a random shape. Something like this. Then you can, of course, also route that to a random LFO. And of course, we'll also automate the macros. Let's make it a little bit bigger. This is the most important one, because this is doing, yeah, the shape basically. Just something like that, for example. Let's also get to macro 2. And it's best to also see the other automation, so we can do this a little bit different, but according to the first automation, for example. We could also just copy it, but we can also, in order to have some more control, do some yeah, different things with this one, for example. Just like that, for example. Okay, macro 3 is next. Or something like that, for example. And macro 4, which is creating the tone. Let's go to macro 2 really quick. And decrease the amplitude slightly. Let's do the same for the second one. So it's not that doing that much actually. So we have some more control. Yeah, sounds fine for beginning. Let's just get an auto filter. And we want to, yeah, do some more movement within the growl. And we can achieve that with some filters like this one, for example, but also a notch filter, for example. Some resonance. You can also just automate that. And let's just copy over this shape, but reduce it like this, for example. Also round up the curves slightly. Let's do another one. Let's just duplicate this and just get to this shape, for example. Let's get into white really quick. And increase the distortion a little bit. Like this, for example. That's a little bit more present and a little bit more saturated / distorted. And next we need a vocoder. We'll just be using this one. You can just copy over the settings. And then we need a gate next to control the sound. Now we need some phasers. And there's one cool thing you can which you can also do in previous versions of Ableton. Actually, in the very first versions, I guess, there was this phaser thing, which was called mesh, I guess. And we just have to go into packs, I think, and then collaborate devices, audio effects, legacy phasers, and then we can select this one. Because phasers are essential. You get a nice tone. You can also automate the release and not the release, the frequency and the feedback. Let's just do that with an automation clip we already used previously. Let's copy that over. And reduce that slightly. Also the feedback. Let's reduce the feedback slightly. And now we can get to the most crucial part, which is the OTT, obviously. Just set this to +12, for example. Let's reduce the frequency slightly. Let's also reduce the resonance a little bit. Let's also copy over the gate again. And also the OTT. You can also copy over the auto filter. And let's copy the OTT again. And let's get another EQ, or actually the first EQ. EQ that a little bit. And what we would also do is increase the high end. And actually increase the distortion in white a little bit. And there we go. And of course, by changing parameters, you can get completely different tones. For example, let's just play around with vital and change some parameters here. This also sounds fun. Maybe the different format one? Oh. This is really fun. You can do lots of stuff here. We can actually route this to the macro, so we get some extra movement going on. And what we could also do is increasing the bend, maybe? But yeah, 12 is actually enough. And what I would do in the end is use a limiter. And boost it slightly, maybe. And maybe a compressor before or at the end. And for this I'm using Spectral Compressor by Nasko, which is a spectral compressor for plug data, and you can get it on his Patreon. Follow Nasko. And if you want to achieve cool effects, you can just put a delay at the very front of the chain. And then automate the timing, for example. And get some cool and weird artifacts and results out of this, which can be pretty fun for sound designing in particular. What you could also do is add some reverb at the end, for example, a Valhalla Room or Valhalla Supermassive, to add somewhat depth to it. But I would recommend you using the Valhalla Room, the Valhalla Supermassive, I'm sorry, with the ensemble, fast ensemble preset, because this is really clean. You can also set the EQ here to determine the frequency range, probably before the compressor. And this is basically how you can make growls. And this goes for everything. You can do that in serum. You can do that in phaseplant. You can do that in whatever synth you want to. And this was made in Vital. You actually don't do that much in Vital, so there's not that much stuff going on. But yeah, I hope you learned something from this video, and definitely check out the link in the description, because I'm attaching some files in a free download link, which will just contain a few rendered samples from this particular patch. And you can download these for free. And yeah, I hope you learned something from this video. Let me know in the comments. And see you next time. Goodbye.